that's accessible just puts on turbo charge the Torah that you can learn. Because Torah is more accessible in terms of a search engine of Torah. So you don't have to look in a concordancy for 15 minutes for a pasuk or for something. But so the Rebbe gave us this matana, and he gave us a boost, and he gave us a vitamin in our gashmias and in our ruchnias through learning the Rambam. And the Rebbe, we saw here in the Fabrengen, the Rebbe said, the schus from the Rambam wird ihm beistehen. That's what the Rebbe said. I didn't remember that. It's not in my prepared, it's not in the notes. But the Rebbe says clearly that there's a schus involved here. And if the Rebbe gives you, the Rebbe said it clearly, he's giving you a present, he's giving you a schus, he's giving you something that's going to boost you more than you would have otherwise. And it's something that we saw that the Rebbe did. He said, do as I do as I say, and he shared it with us in the halachas. We see it that he wrote it clearly that the things that he spoke are kitzurim from what he's learning. We saw him learn Barabin. We heard him speak about it. And he emphasized that we have to learn. I remember in Tov Shemim Hey, I wasn't at the Fabrengen, but I heard it on the hookup. Maybe some over here were there. And the Rebbe Fabrengen, Chav Tevis, and that was the yard set of the Rambam. It was a surprise Fabrengen. There wasn't, they didn't even have, there was such a surprise that they found only a bag of cookies to put down in the Rebbe's place. I remember a young man ran himself to the Albany bakery, and he got the regular kind of marble shaban cake that they used to put down, and between the sichas, he went up to the Rebbe and he put it down. The Rebbe, it wasn't a normal thing. He was wearing his lumberjack jacket, and the Rebbe said, what's it does? He said, it's bezeinis. The Rebbe says, it's not bezeinis. He said, it's beiche. Salt. The Rebbe said, yeshikeach. He put it down, and he took it. Is a Yid who says to Reb Sholem Becker Rishkin Sod, and but what I want to point out is that Rebbe was talking to the Rambam in surprising ways. And it was he also spoke on Erev Pesach, the birthday of the Rambam. I have a chaver whose birthday is Erev Pesach also, Yudal Nissen, and he went by dollars. The smichas to that day, and he said, Yudal Nissen. So the Rebbe said, as if he ate Kam Migdali Yisrael. Interesting thing that the Rebbe said to him. That the obvious reference was to the Rambam, and Mustafa in die Sache. So the Rebbe hat sich allemal gekocht in Rambam, and Chassidim, the Chassidim Mubamas are very focused on it. And yet every single one of us can strengthen ourselves and also sharing the takana with others. And that with the Rimenu Yidu B'chein Yasu, that the Rebbe said, like we said, it's a Hakel Yid, you also could be a Rambam Yid. It's the same thing. And then the other Jews who see, we come into contact with, they see us Mekopzik and Avort from Rambam, in the daily Shir, and Avort what we saw, and what the Rambam says. The Rebbe sort of say, a lot of times in the middle of a different beer, the Rebbe say, when Azevi, the Rambam, like you'll always find a connection with everything. So when we're starting over again, and this is also the Iyun from Lamed Hey, and we see an interesting thing, by the way. We just started again the Rambam. You can catch up if you're not on board. Get on board. The train isn't so far out of the station. You can jump in, and we see a Pelledik thing. It's Hakel. So if you look, the mitzvah of Hakel, when the Rambam is counting the mitzvah the first time, the mitzvah say, everybody I'm sure noticed this. It's mitzvah number 16. Mitzvah number 16 is Hakel. If you look carefully, it's an interesting thing because the first mitzvahs are what we are in other places. They're known as the 6 mitzvahs that are constant mitzvahs, the mitzvahs tmidius, and then there's a few other fundamentals like tefillin, krishma, these things, and then suddenly is Hakel, which illustrates the fact that Hakel is this once in 7 years vitamin, this boost, this power, this charge that we have, and it carries us for the next 7 years. So the Eivshter should help that in this year in Hakel, when it's the Siyum Rambam, and we have this opportunity to get on board and to do this takon of the Rebbe, to be connected to the Rebbe, boost our hiskashrus in Machshava and in Dibur and in Maisen and in Gashmis and in Ruchnias, certainly that will bring about the greatest hakel of all, and we'll have the hakel, the great gathering in the Beis Hamikdash Hashlishi, which is also Mikdash Melech, the holy Beis Hamikdash, and should happen immediately. Fine.